Good morning, everybody. There we go. Welcome to quadratic factoring number 2. It is obviously quadratic factoring number 1, and we started on this sheet. Okay. All this stuff is on bright space, and there is a copy of this. Hopefully, you have a copy of it. Doing the previous one, I realized I don't think I left you enough space on here, so I'm just going to do it on loose leaf. And I made some advances. I remembered this video to bring in the handy dandy sheet. Okay, you should have this. It's got all the steps written out for us. And I know since some of you may have missed class or you didn't quite catch it, I'm going to use this in conjunction with the questions and do a bunch of them. All right, so if you're wondering why I'm starting on question 4, it's because I did questions 1 through 3 on the first video. So question 4 is x squared plus 11x plus 28. All right, now I'm really going to follow my rules. Step 1, draw 2 sets of brackets. Okay. 1. Good. I'll do them in order. Apparently, I don't know that I've been doing them in order. Whoops, sorry. Square root of the first term in each of the first spots in the brackets. In other words, square root of that, or how do I get x squared? Well, that came from x and x. Done. Put the first sign from the trinomial or the quadratic, right? Trinomial 1, 2, 3 terms into the first bracket. So this one comes straight down. Look at the second sign in the trinomial. Check. It's a plus. If it's positive, the 2 signs in the brackets are the same. So 1 plus, 2 plus. So these are rules I've developed over the years with help of students. There is a mathematical reason behind this, because a positive times a positive gives me that. I have to get that plus in the back. And now it says, find the factors of the last term, the constant. So I need to find factors of 28. I should clarify, you don't necessarily have to do this kind of factor list, but it's easy. For me, it's easy to teach it this way. It's easy to explain, because sometimes you can just look at 28 and know what the 2 factors are that you need. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to go with 8, should probably be enough. If not, I'll go longer. So I need a factors of 28, so 1 and 28. 1 times 28 gives me 28. 2 and 14. Okay, if you don't know your multiplication table that well, or this is a little above what we usually do, you can go 28 divided by 2 is 14. And now, hold on. I remembered to bring my calculator. So I'm not going to insult you by going 28 divided by 1, but 28 divided by 2 is 14. Check. Write it down. 28 divided by 3. It's not even, so it's fine. I don't care. Wow, that's not nice. I'm going to put an X to show that, yes, I looked at it, and no, it didn't come out as a whole number. So the moment you have decimals, just put an X. You don't have to copy this down because there's no way you're going to use it. Okay, 28 divided by 4. Oh, okay, so 4 and 7. I know it doesn't, but I'll show you anyway. Divided by 5. Nope. 28. Ooh, hello. 28 divided by 6. I don't know what I did there. Try to get 28. Third time's the charm. 6. Yeah, nope, that's a decimal answer. That's no good. 28 divided by 7 is 4. Okay. And the moment in your list that you get a duplicate, So we've got 4 and 7 and 7 and 4. That means you've got them all. There's no reason to keep going because it's not gonna work. You're not gonna find anything new. So then we're done. So now, going back to my list, so I can do it in order. If the second sign, okay, so I factor check. If the second sign of the trinomial is positive, then add the factors to get the middle term. So I need to find a sum. I used a long time ago when I learned this, it was called the sum and product method. So I always just say sum, but it just means add. So I'm looking at this, and that tells me what I'm going to do with my factors. So I will show you on this one, and then most of the time I just do this in my head. 1 plus 28. Oh, and it's supposed to equal 11. 1 and 28 is 29. Nope. 2 plus 14 is equal 16. 2, 3 didn't work. 4 plus 7 is 11. So there we go. That is a set of factors that we need. And put the factors in the bracket, put the bigger factor in the first bracket. Okay, so I've got 4 and 7, so 7 is going to go in the front, 4 is going to go in the back. Don't freak out if you look in the answer key on an assignment and it goes x plus 4 and x plus 7. It's fine, those two mean the same thing. There's a reason, and you'll see it on the next question, why I do it the way I do. It's just a shortcut and it saves us some time. So that's number 4. I'm hoping, by the way, that you actually have this and have done most of these, and you're like just fast forwarding to find the question you're struggling with. So v squared minus 2v minus 48. Okay. Need my steps. Draw 2 brackets. Check. Square root. The only way you get v squared is v times v. Excuse me, bring the first sign down. So negative. And then this is where people make mistakes. So look at the second sign. That's that one. If it's positive, the two signs are the same. It's not. If it's negative, the two signs are in the brackets are different. So different from each other. So this is why this one doesn't come down, because people are like, oh, bring down the first one, bring down the second. No, it doesn't always work that way. This one does. Now, if you take a negative times a positive, you get a negative. So you can always do a quick check to make sure those signs come out. All right. Now we're going to find the factors, ouch, of 48. I say that because I know there's a lot. 1, 2, 6. Again, I'm picking 8 because I'm guessing that's as far as we're going to have to go. So 48 divided by 1 is 48. 48 divided by 2 is 24. 48 divided by 3 is, I want to say 16, but I'm not 100% sure. So use a calculator. 48 divided by 3. All right, 16. 48 divided by 4, 12. It's not going to go. 5 doesn't go. Right? Because if it's a multiple of 5, it ends in 0 or a 5, and 48 doesn't. So I'm not even going to bother. 6 should go in there. Let's go. 48 divided by 6 is 8. 48 divided by 7. Oh, no. And then here we go. 6. So we're good. We've got our duplicates right here and here. So I know I've got all my factors listed. All right. Now, back to my list. Find the constants. If the second sign is positive, no. If the second sign is negative, subtract to get the middle term. Okay, so this one tells me I need to subtract. All right, 2, ooh, that's just messy, to get 2. And I will, again, I'm going to write them out one more time. And after this, I'm just going to stop because you do not need to do this part. 48 minus 1 is 47. Nope. Oh, and it's big minus small. I don't want to have to deal with signs and negative numbers and stuff like that. There are different ways. If you watch videos on YouTube, well, they will worry about that. But with my method, you don't have to. 24 minus 2 is 22. Now remember, we're trying to get a difference of 2, but we're making progress. We're getting closer. 16 minus 3 is 13. No. 12 minus 4. That's 8. Nope. 5 didn't go. Don't care. And 8 minus 6 is equal to 2. So, ta-da! There we go. So 8 and 6 are the factors we want. Going to put the big one, 8, and the little one there. So if you do bring the first sign down, you have to put the big one there. Because let me just show you. Oh, I'm going to show you also my cheat. I don't feel like foiling everything out. I know I've got the v squared. And I know I got 48 because I did all that work to get there. But it's that middle part that sometimes gets messed up. So I just do oi. So negative 8v. And I do like this, 6v minus 2v. When I add those together, so I multiplied the outside. Well, I did the insides and the outsides, but there we go. And I got negative 2, which is what I'm supposed to get. So I know everything is good. If I ignored the rule. Hey, I'm going to write this because somebody's going to look at this later. Wrong way for numbers. So I put the small one in first. Now when I do that check, I'm going to get minus 6v and 8v, excuse me, 2v. And that's a positive, and that's not what I was looking for. So, no. Big number in first bracket. All right, I'm going to do a couple more. And then I'm going to end this video because I got students working in the classroom right now. And go see if they need any help. We'll do 2 more. So question 6. N squared 5n minus 24. All right, I'm going to do it without the green sheet. But if you need it, oopsies, keep using it until you either memorize them or get super comfortable with using it. So the only way to get n squared is n and n. My first sign comes down. Now, because this is a negative, that means my signs are going to be different. So this is going to be negative. I'm going to double check. Positive times negative gives me the negative I want. Now I need to factor out 24. All right, 24 divided by 1 is 24. 24 divided by 2 is 12. 24 divided by 3. That's 8. 24 divided by 4 is 6. 24 divided by 5. No, it doesn't work. You can use your calculator to double check this, but hopefully you can get comfortable. 24 divided by 6 is 4. And there, a little star. I got my duplicate, so I know I don't need that. All right, so I got my factors. Now I have to figure out what I'm going to do with them. So this sign here, oopsies, is the important one. This tells me I'm going to subtract to get, and then my middle term, 5. Whoops, I don't know. Not sure what you're seeing because that's in the way. My picture's in the way in the corner. So I can go through my list. 24 minus 1, 23. No. 12 minus 2 is 10. Nope. 8 minus 3. There we go. There's the set I need. So on these previous ones where I wrote this out, if you need to do it, go for it. But I'm just subtracting, so we can do that. Hopefully you can do that in your head too. Yeah, big number out front, small number in the back. And I'm going to do a quick check. That's 8n minus 3n. And that's going to give me 5n, which is that. All right, last one. Oh, this one's kind of cool. X squared plus x minus 30. You could turn off video and try it. I hope you did. The only way to get x squared is x and x. Bring my sign down. This says the two signs have to be different, so a negative goes here. Double check. Positive times negative gives me a negative. We're good. Now I need factors of 30. All right, 30 divided by 2 is 15. 30 divided by 3 is 10. 30 doesn't divide by 4. Does it? I don't know. 30 divided by 4. Yeah, no, so I don't need it. 30 divided by 5 is 6. Oh, which is going to, and there we go. We got our duplicate, so don't need that. Okay, so we factored. Now we need to figure out what we're going to do with these factors. So this negative means I need to subtract and get. Don't forget, you can always put that 1 in there. Subtract to get 1, so 30 minus 1 is 25. That 29. Sorry. 15 minus 2 is 13. 10 minus 3 is 7. 6 minus 5 is 1. So 6 circle my pair that I need, and a 5, and we are golden. And you know what? If you make a mistake and you try and add, you're at add 1, you will find as you go through the factors, it will never work. So there's kind of a built-in check for you. All right. I'm going to call it that. That's enough. I really would like you to, I hope you have this worksheet and print it out and or get a copy from me, whatever, and keep practicing. The only way to get better at this is to keep practicing.